will get the Avengers.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back once again, and today I'm going to talk about the Marvel Cinematic Universe again, and I'm going to give you my next, or however many amount I decide in the middle of this video.
Sorry about that.
So,
and also try not to damage that quick okay?
With this being said, I'm going to just run down the remnants of the list so far, and then I'm going to stop right before I get to the next ones. So, we're gonna hop into it, and then number 23, or number -1, was Incredible Hulk. Number 22 was Thor: The Dark World. 21, Iron Man 2. 20, Thor, the original. Number 19, Iron Man 3. Number 18, Doctor Strange. 17, Age of Ultron. 16, Captain Marvel. 15, Ant-Man and the Wasp. 14, Ant-Man. Alright, now we're gonna hop straight into number 13, and we're gonna knock it down. Alright, number 13 is Captain America, the First Avenger. Now this is a lot lower on the list than I expected it to be when I did this list. But I really love this movie. It's such a superhero film. It has that Spider-Man 1, Sam Raimi Spider-Man feels for most. A lot of superhero films kind of have that Sam Raimi Spider-Man film with hero moments and stuff, where it shows you just how awesome these guys are. And I'm gonna just do the pro. The pros are the amazing. It's just an amazing origin. The cast is well casted. Chris Evans could not have been a more perfect casting for Captain America. The production was amazing. It has that nice old school feel. It feels like it happened. Like the movie isn't like new. It feels like it happened so much long ago, which is nice. It well establishes Steve Rogers, making him the ideal hero. Alright, the cons of it is it's an origin flick. The CGI and the lacking of the hand-to-hand combat being too complex, which kind of shows you the improvements in the later Cap films, and it just helps you see how great the character becomes later on at fighting. And we'll leave off that one on that. Number 12, another one that I'm kind of mad is this low. Guardians Volume 2. I enjoyed the second Guardians more than I do the first one, but I had to put it this low because for a lot of people, Guardians 2 isn't the first film, and that's the con for it. And it's a very underrated film. And the pros for that is I enjoy the second more than the first one. The emotion of it is just so wow, because like I think Guardians 2 is the only one that is like one of the only films besides Endgame, the first run around, that really would have you tearing up. And the cast is amazing, and Yondu is great, Rocket is great, Nebula being redeemed is great. It's just great. It's just a great film. Alright, and I'm gonna hop into number 11. Number 11 is Black Panther, the $1 billion film. Alright, now I like Black Panther a lot, but it's not the best MCU. Even though it does have the best Rotten Tomatoes rating. Alright, but we're gonna hop into the pros and cons. The pros are it has some good action, great villain, great acting, the money. They made $1 billion. They're the first Marvel movie outside of Avengers and Iron Man to make $1 billion. Really out here. The visuals are just beautiful. Only cons of stories is kind of weak. And another pro is how nice Wakanda just is. Wakanda's just the most nice, beautiful place. It's so amazing to see. Alright. And then we're on number 10 now. Alright, Spider-Man Homecoming. Yeah. Alright, and the pros is it has some lovely visuals, some big hero moments, a true young Spider-Man, unlike we've seen before. The story's strong, the villains is strong, the Vulture's just great. It's just a beautiful film. It's that high school feel. I really like that high school feel of it, because it gives me, it feels personal in the story. Like it feels like it's just a great feeling. Because it was came at a certain time, for me at least. But the cons is too much Iron Man. Peter is too dependent on Tony Stark and his tech. Just let him be his own man. They got Spider-Man out here being Stark's boy. We talking about Spider-Man who made all his own stuff in the comics. All of that. But we talking about Stark's boy. Pete. Stark's boy. Awful. Alright. But we're gonna leave off that one. But it's a great film. Number 9, Guardians of the Galaxy. I like Guardians of the Galaxy a lot. A lot of people see it as the best MCU film, period. Which could be fair, but I disagree. The amazing sound, much like the first Guardian, much like the Guardians 2 down the line, the soundtrack is just great. The Guardians 1 put the characters on the map. Chris Pratt has his best performances in Guardians of the Galaxy and as Peter Quill. Groot is amazing. The story's great, as always. Groot is amazing. I don't know why I mentioned that before. But the kinds of Ronan is kind of a weak villain. He gets dispatched easily. And then it's like the heroes aren't actually a real threat to the character of Ronan. And it's like Ronan will wax you easily. So it doesn't really matter what you do. So, and that's pretty much all I got for Guardians 1. Guardians 1 is, for me, I kind of don't really pay too much attention to Guardians 1. But Guardians 1 is pretty great. But we're going to hop to the next one. We're going to break this all the way down. So we're going to, Guardians 1 was number 9. So we're on number 8. And number 8 is Iron Man 1. Now, it's the strong MCU opening. It holds up great. It's so much fun to watch. And it's just one of the most, it's like if you wanted to start something, Iron Man 1 is how you do it. It was great. The cons are the action scenes kind of lack. Especially the finale, like him versus Ironmonger. It's a good fight, but it's like, oh, it's not that, you say, oh, whatever. But I guess it was more cool before you seen all the Iron Man and all this and that. Because I'd say that it lacks just because a lot of people jumped in after seeing Age of Ultron or Civil War or Infinity War Endgame or Iron Man 3, Avengers, any of that. Like, if you joined after Iron Man, you're not really gonna see just how great the Iron Man are. Just how great Iron Man is. Now, the CGI in some parts really lack, like the one part where Tony's hand is exposed and it looks so fake, so CGI. It just looked awful probably since it came out. I wouldn't have probably noticed then because I was 9 years old, but it was awful. The CGI for that part was awful. And we're going to kind of move on to the next one after that. So now we kind of hit to a territory where it's very difficult to decide. And I have a 6B, which will function as Spider-Man Far From Home. Now, Spider-Man Far From Home was a great film. I loved it so much. It was so much fun to watch. So I'm going to just give you guys 7 here, and I'm going to finish with 6 because I don't think you guys haven't earned the last 6 yet. So we're going to go the pros for Spider-Man Far From Home. The character development is nice. The humor is amazing. The action is everything you didn't know you needed from a Spider-Man movie. And that's really why I love this movie so much. I think it's the best Spider-Man movie of all time. It surpasses the cheesy Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3. And it's much, 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 much better than all the Amazing Spider-Man. And it's also better than Spider-Man Homecoming, just slightly. Because really, I might have to do a Spider-Man rating eventually and decide and just put it out. But Far From Home is the best Spider-Man film ever created. Much better than Spider-Man's 1, 2, and 3. Well, not much better than 2, but it's better than 1 and 3 by a lot. And it's better than Spider-Man Homecoming, and it's far, far, far better than The Amazing Spider-Man. And the humor is just amazing. The action is so amazing. It pretty much makes up for all the shortcomings. Now the cons of it is the story's weak. Mysterio wasn't actually wasn't like a real villain. He was a dude with tech. that Tony Stark gets slighted years ago, which is a problem for me because everything comes back to Tony, just like Homecoming. All the problems stem from a mistake Tony Stark made. And it's like, I get it, you want to keep building Tony's, like, you want to keep building Tony up. Like, Tony's dead, guys. Everything didn't have to be a Tony Stark mistake. Everything a Tony Stark mistake. Just awful. And we're gonna close it off on that. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.